You may have noticed that I've been gone for a few weeks. Well, have I got a story for you. Hi guys, welcome back to Ellie's Garage, where my dad and I are restoring a 1965 Ford Falcon to become my daily driver. But we've never done this before. Dad and I had planned on doing a lot of work on Carl over the Christmas break where I didn't have any school. But then Dad went and got COVID, so he had to isolate in his office for a whole week and we couldn't do anything on the car. It was actually quite sad. We had to bring him food to his office. He lived in there for a week and he had to wear a mask walking around the house. It was just altogether quite sad. Thankfully, he recovered just in time for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so we had a great Christmas with my grandparents. And 3 days after Christmas, we went on a long-delayed family vacation to Italy. I got to go to Venice and see all of the canals that were there, and we were right outside a place where all the gondolas would stop, so that was really cool. We took a night train to Rome where I got to see all the history there, and I got to actually be there and see all of the history in person. We even sat in on the Pope's New Year's Mass and made it on Pope TV, which was actually really cool. But my favorite stop was in Florence, where we got to walk around the city, see amazing art. The art was amazing. Art that I've seen in books my entire life, I got to see in person. It was so cool. And we got to take a cooking class. And as a surprise, my parents were like, let's do a cooking class. And I said, yay! And it was great. But it was also in Florence where the day before we were supposed to leave, I wasn't feeling too good and I got a fever. And then on the day we were supposed to come home, I took the COVID test and I was positive. So that was really disappointing, and as much as I loved Italy, I really wanted to come home to see the people that I loved and to see my dog. But on top of that, we were worried where we were gonna stay because I had to quarantine. But thankfully, we had friends at home who connected us with a family in Italy that was willing to take us in. My mom and brother thankfully tested negative, so they got to go home, but Dad and I were stuck in for the long haul until I tested negative. For the first few days, I wasn't feeling too good, so I decided just to relax and sleep most of the time. But when I was finally feeling better, we decided to do things that would distract me from not being home. Dad and I played games. I learned how to build a good fire, which I'm quite proud of.
Yeah, you did good.
We walked around admiring the beautiful view there. I laid in the floor in absolute frustration of being stuck in Italy. I did some baking.
And go for it.
That looks pretty good.
That looks really good.
I even made homemade pasta, which was actually pretty good.
It was really good. You did really good.
Even though it was Italy, which was amazing, and I completely loved our trip. And I was super grateful for our family that let us stay. I was getting really homesick. So I was so excited the day I was able to test negative and come home. So needless to say, we are quite behind on the work that we were gonna do on Carl over Christmas break. Coming up, there are quite a few things that I'm really excited about. Like, we're gonna get Carl ready for paint, finally. We're going to do a disc conversion on my brakes. We have a 1-year review of our EFI coming up because we've had it in for a whole year, which is kind of crazy to think about. And finally, there could be some fun stuff coming up with my grill and refinishing it. So sorry we've been gone for so long. It was not our intention, but thank you for all the kind comments asking if we were okay, which we are now. So what I'm taking out of the garage is, it's good to be back in my garage. Speaking of Christmas, check out this video where last Christmas I got a new tool chest. As always, thank you to my executive producers Drew Carter and Kevin and Julia. Thank you everyone for watching, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time in the garage.